One final example I'd like to talk about is one where I participated as a gold consultant to help a client migrate away from a complex homegrown system of copying data that used unload and load to refresh data. There were 3 DB2 subsystems that needed to participate: production and test, as well as a sandbox system for sysprogs and DBAs. The data needed to be able to be moved to and from each of these environments. The test system had over a dozen individual environments, and there were many databases per test environment, with some being very large. Data is constantly being refreshed, and by refresh, I mean copied from production to test. Refresh requests came from the development groups, and there were requests just about every week. There were also some regularly scheduled refreshes that required DBAs to copy data, some monthly, some quarterly, and it was quite complex to use the homegrown method they built. This organization had about a dozen DBAs. Each had specific responsibilities for specific applications and databases. So if a DBA was responsible for database 1, then they'd implement the data refresh whenever that particular database needed to be refreshed at any time and in any environment. The time it took to perform data refreshes was getting overwhelming. A single refresh impacted the time of multiple DBAs and took up to 3 days from start to finish. So the client wanted a faster and less time-consuming way to copy their data. As part of this project, I helped them to use BCV5 to replace their homegrown tool. The client was successful. I can report that the client was very happy, satisfied with BCV5. They turned off their existing homegrown process and now rely exclusively on BCV5 to conduct the refreshes. And those refreshes are running much faster. What used to take 3 days, they sometimes can now complete in just a number of hours. Additionally, BCV5 is easier to use and administer than the homegrown solution. It offers a better user interface with more options and more flexibilities, and there's no need for the DBAs to maintain that homegrown tool anymore, as BCV5 maintenance is handled by the vendor, UBS Heiner. With BCV5, this client saves CPU and DBA time, make it easier for them to react to on-request data refreshes.